Hey guys, Zach here with Blade Tech. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about the Sig P365XL as well as the Sig P365. So Sig came out with the P365XL in 2019, and kind of going off the back of the popularity of the P365, the XL is pretty much going to follow suit in that regard. The P365 has been one of the most popular micro-size, micro-compact handguns on the market for a number of years. With its revolutionary, at the time, 10-round magazine in this tiny little package, you can see why this gun has been definitely been one of the most popular handguns on the market for concealed carry handguns. With the P365XL, I really like this guy. With its 12+1 capacity and a little bit longer grip length and barrel, it's definitely a great contender for a concealed carry handgun. So let's compare the two really quickly. So the standard P365 has a 3.1 inch barrel length with an overall height of 4.3 inches. While the P365XL has a 3.7 inch barrel length as well as a 4.8 inch overall height. The standard 365 does come with two steel 10-round magazines, which is really great. One does have a pinky extension, which I definitely adore, whereas the 365XL with the longer grip, they were able to jam a couple extra rounds in this, making it a 12+1. Again, both steel. Something specific about the 365XL that I really love is they added this flared magwell, which allows you to do reloads a lot faster and a lot easier without getting hung up on that little bit of mag. One thing to keep in mind with the 365 series, especially the original, even though the 365XL is a little bit bigger of a handgun, these guys are fairly small handguns, which make them perfect candidates for concealed carry. One of the smaller changes that Sig did with the 365XL was change out the trigger shape. This guy now has a flat face trigger, which is definitely an improvement. Still gives you the same trigger pull and feel. It's 5.5 to 6 pound pull, but it's a little bit easier to kind of get more consistency on your pull with that flat face trigger versus the standard curve trigger. One of the most notable changes from the standard P365 to the P365XL is not only its size, but its optics compatibility. So Sig does offer this from the factory, which is awesome because red dots are becoming more and more popular on defensive style handguns such as this. For this instance, we do have a Holosun 407K X2 on it, and it's worked perfectly. One thing to keep in mind when you do install a red dot onto this, either the Sig Romeos or something like this 407 from Holosun, you do lose your rear sight completely. Though most of these small micro RMSC style footprint red dots, they do offer a fixed rear. It's not perfectly co-witness, but you don't have to go out and actually spend more money and get suppressor height sights, thankfully, with these small little red dots. So our time shooting with the P365 and the P365XL at the range was in a very casual manner. We really wanted to kind of shoot them back to back to see how each handgun performed and what really made them unique. Now, we've had experience with the standard P365, and it has a rap for being a little bit snappy, and we would definitely agree with that. However, I would also say that the 365XL is a little snappy as well, but there's nothing that proper grip and a lot of sport hand pinky pressure can fix. Now, I will say, specifically on the 10-round mag with the pinky extension, this is kind of our primary go-to for the 365, just so that you can get a little bit extra length out of your overall grip. With the 365XL being a longer grip, you really don't need it as much, and you're able to get a more full firing grip. One thing I would like to have seen with the 365XL, though, is a little bit of a longer grip, specifically in the width. If you have really large hands, you might struggle a little bit with this, and I really see this handgun being superb for those folks that have smaller, medium to smaller size hands. While the 365XL is a little bit snappy, it's nothing that's too unmanageable. Both shot phenomenally well, and they shot superbly accurate. Now, I will say I have to give the edge to the 365XL personally, because it is a little bit of a bigger handgun, and with the extra grip, we kind of all agreed we can mitigate our recoil a lot better with the 365XL comparatively to the 365. For me personally, I did find that I also was able to pick up the sights a lot faster. Speaking of sights, they both come with 3-dot tritium night sights, which are awesome. The XL specifically, it has a little bit of a different front sight. It's just the coloration change. It's it has a little bit of a higher luminescent paint on it, whereas the standard sights are just 3-dot white, still tritium on the 365 that we have. Again, we do have the Holosun 407K X2 on here, and I think the red dot on this handgun was really what gave me the edge on being able to pick up my sights a lot faster. When shooting the 365XL, we really ran just 115 grain brass range ammo through it, and again, it shot phenomenally. The targets we were using were TA targets, they're C-Zone ADEP silhouette style targets, and I was easily landing shots, while shooting slowly of course, landing shots at 15-ish yards on the head zone of that target with the 365XL, and as well as the 365. So the old adage that the gun mechanically will outshoot you with these guys, I find very, very true. My time with the 365XL while carrying and taking it to the range was mainly spent with our Nano holster. I found this since I primarily carry in the Appendix AIWB. Its sleek design and simplicity and rounded edges made it very comfortable and very easy on and off while still being secure. And defeating garments from concealment on steel at like 10 yards, I was able to get consistent hits relatively about 1.4 seconds. Now, my colleagues, when we went to the range, they spent a lot more time with our Total Eclipse 2.0, specifically with our OWB mods, mainly just because of ease of use, exposed, and they didn't have to worry about defeating a garment. So if the P365XL, for whatever reason, is not working for you, either you don't want the extra barrel length, but you want to prioritize things like the extra grip length, capacity, and optics, Sig does make an option for you. The 365X is actually kind of a middle child, if you will. It comes with the same overall length of slide and barrel as the standard 365, but it prioritizes things, again, like the longer grip length, as well as the optics compatibility and the same amount of capacity, of course. Really, I find this to be an excellent option if you want to find something that's kind of a middle ground between the two, but still offers you all the features that you expect. One of the biggest questions I ask myself when taking a look at the P365XL is, does this offer me more than the standard P365? In short, it does. For me, it's the added capability to add an optic and extra capacity. It's pretty clear to me. This is a little bit of a better option. Now, we did discuss quite a bit of detail in today's video. However, we do have an in-depth review on the P365 on our website at bladetech.com. And real quick, guys, if you liked the video, make sure to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and leave us a comment to tell us what you guys want to see us do in the future. Thanks, everyone.